Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. It's time for an engaging conversation with a young artist who is changing the face of gospel and dancehall music, not just here in Trinidad and Tobago, but throughout the world. Original Amy is with us in studio this morning. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Great, thanks for having me this morning.
It's a pleasure to have you with us this morning, especially for this conversation, because it's quite interesting how you've approached the genre of gospel and integrated dancehall into it. But before we get into that this morning, tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming an artist.
I started singing in church and eventually songwriting as well. And, you know, as I kept songwriting, I would have been inspired by other artists along the way. And that inspired me to want to become an artist. And then I started recording and now we're here.
And you're here on the Now Morning Show with us. It's incredible. So tell me about the choice of dancehall and gospel. What made you decide to go down that route and how has it been accepted so far?
In terms of dancehall, I've been influenced by that since growing up. And in terms of gospel, I mean, the music, it tends to be automatically categorized as gospel dancehall because of the lyrical content in my music.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And it definitely has that beat. It's one of those tracks that when you hear it, you stop for a second and you go, wait, hold on. This is for Jesus.
Yeah.
So bringing that positive influence. And how important would you say it is to you in your career to ensure that there is a positive and faith-based influence to your audience?
Completely important. I mean, that's like part of who I am as an individual outside of music, and I tend to incorporate that into my music because I believe that music is a powerful tool. It's very influential on the mind, and you know, I use my positive mindset and music to influence people that way.
And you definitely have been bringing that influence to the fore, because congratulations, you just won Reggae Song of the Year from the Gospel Music Awards.
Yes, I did.
How did that feel?
It was like I expected it, but at the same time I was not expecting it. Mm-hmm. So it was a good feeling. It was like a sign that I was doing something good. Even though I know that I am doing something good, that me and my team, we really are doing good things, it was like a confirmation or a reassurance that we're really doing something good.
And definitely, I mean, once you're giving praise to the Most High, then by all means, all things fall in line. And talking about things falling in line, if I'm not mistaken, you're not just performing here in Trinidad. You have something coming up abroad?
Yes. In July, maybe from the 15th to 17th, I would be in Guyana with an artist called Renwick Dewsbury, sorry, not the godmother. And yeah, I would be on tour joining him and a cast of other artists as well.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on this upcoming event. I know this is just a beginning for you. You've already been making waves throughout the industry, again, not just here, but throughout the region. Where can we stream your music?
Amy, just type in AMI, capital AMI, on all streaming platforms, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, and you would find it.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I just want to go back to the faith part of your career. Can you share with us a little bit about how your faith grew and got you to this space?
In terms of music?
In terms of music and in terms of your life as well, because let's be fair, when we see a lot of artists, such as yourself, one of the things that you do share is, you know, your life has definitely propelled you to learn more, and those lessons have come out in your music. Would you say that's something that happened for you?
Yeah, I think it's something that happens unintentionally. Mm-hmm. You know, like my my faith and experiences tend to come out into my music unintentionally because of, you know, growing up in a Christian home from so young.
Now, also something else, I know your music is particularly special because you have dedicated it not just to God, but to a very special family member. Could you share with us a little bit about that?
Yes, growing up, even though, like growing up at home, I would hear a lot of gospel music and dancehall music, reggae as well. And the person that was responsible for playing dancehall and reggae was my brother, even though my mommy would be playing the gospel. And, you know, looking back now, I realized that the reason that I gravitate towards dancehall and reggae music or Jamaican culture in general is because of the influence that my brother would have on me growing up.
Wonderful. Now,
his name is Nicholas Phil, and he passed away about almost 10 years ago.
Our deepest sympathy to you and your family, and you're definitely ensuring that his legacy lives on. Now, you mentioned your mother was playing gospel music in the house and your brother was playing dancehall. And as we know, when we grew up in Caribbean households, you always have that sort of in-between of what sort of music should not and should be
That's a
played.
sin.
Right. So how does your mother feel, and what did she share with you when you said, hey, I gonna do dancehall and gospel?
Like I wasn't like intentionally planning to say, okay, I'm going to do dancehall music. Like I just wanted to do music on the whole.
Right.
And from since day one, whenever I was writing songs and, you know, sharing the desire to want to become an artist, my mommy, she was always there supporting. Like I remember when I was in like late form 4, early form 5, I wanted to drop out of school because I already knew what I wanted to do, which was music. And like I used to come home every day and complain to my mommy. I was like, man, that school not making no sense, and I don't know what I'm doing at school. Like I want to drop out. And she used to tell me that, you go to school, get your subjects, and you could do anything that you want after that, and I will support you full 100. And that's what she's doing today.
Definitely. Well, it's beautiful to see this, and it's wonderful to just be here at, I dare say, what is the beginning of just the world being opened to you by God's grace. Can you just share with us where we can contact you and stream your music again before we end the conversation?
Yes, you can contact me directly through Instagram, that is, or social media, matter of fact, that is Original AMI. And in terms of bookings, you could contact me, my management, at bookingsforamy@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Well, Amy, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you and hopefully have you back for a performance as well.
For sure.
Have a great day. So, Original Amy has just been here in studio, and guess what? We're not done with the entertainment yet, but we can't tell you who's coming up. You need to stay tuned. This is the Now Morning Show. We'll be back.